Most people don't stay broke because they earn too little. They stay broke because they think like employees, even when they make good money. Ever notice how some people panic when markets drop, while others quietly buy more? How some chase status, while others stack assets nobody sees? That difference isn't income. It's conditioning. Under pressure, most people react. Millionaires follow a small set of rules, no matter how they feel. If you've ever felt capable of more, but stuck repeating the same money mistakes, this isn't about effort. It's about one mental shift you were never taught to make. And once you see the rule they follow under pressure, you'll realize why most people never build real wealth. So here's the question. Are you reacting or operating by rules? You pause before spending and ask the hard question most people dodge. How does this hit my future self? You stop chasing quick dopamine and start playing the long game, because real personal finance is about trade-offs, not vibes. This is where finance tips actually work, when you zoom out and let your money habits serve freedom, not comfort. That shift alone can change how you think about how to make money and keep it. You treat delayed gratification like a muscle you train daily. Skipping a $7 impulse buy 5 times a week is $1,800 a year. Invested at 8%, that's over $26,000 in 10 years. That's not theory, that's financial education in motion. You're rewiring your financial psychology so future wins matter more than present noise, and that's how a powerful money mindset gets built. Think of The Dark Knight. Bruce Wayne absorbs pain now so Gotham can breathe later. You do the same with money. You choose the boring option today, automatic investing, or written budget, fewer treat-yourself moments, so future you gets leverage. That's how serious personal finance works when nobody's watching. Practically, you set friction between you and spending. You wait 48 hours before non-essential purchases, automate transfers to index funds like VTI or S&P 500 ETFs, and track progress weekly. These habits compound quietly, and they change how you see money entirely. And once you lock this in, the next step gets even more interesting, because what you do with small expenses reveals something deeper about who you're becoming. You stop saying it's just $5. That sentence has wrecked more personal finance journeys than big emergencies ever did. You understand that money habits are identity habits. Every swipe is a vote for who you're becoming. That's real financial psychology at work, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. You realize small daily leaks decide whether you'll ever truly learn how to make money and keep it. A $12 lunch upgrade 3 times a week is nearly $1,900 a year. Invested consistently at 8% for 20 years, that's over $90,000. That's not dramatic, it's math. Strong financial education teaches you that discipline with small numbers prepares you for big numbers. Think about the Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. Those small movements build real skill. Your daily spending is the same thing. Tracking every coffee for 30 days may feel basic, but it trains awareness. Awareness builds control. Control builds wealth. That's how a powerful money mindset forms without you even noticing at first. So you start simple. You track expenses with apps like Mint or an app, review them every Sunday, and challenge yourself to cut one unnecessary recurring charge this month. You treat each decision as practice for bigger investments, real estate, stocks, business ventures. And once you master the small, you're ready for something even more powerful, because the real game changes when you separate emotions from money decisions. You don't let your mood run your money. When you're stressed, excited, bored, or feeling behind, you pause instead of pulling out your card. That's advanced financial psychology most people never develop. Real personal finance starts when you realize your emotions are temporary, but your money habits can follow you for decades. You create rules ahead of time so you don't negotiate with yourself in the heat of the moment. No investing based on hype. No big purchases after a bad day. A 24-hour cooling period before clicking buy. That's not restrictive, that's intelligent financial education. Studies show investors who trade less often outperform frequent traders by significant margins because they avoid emotional reactions. Look at Moneyball. Billy Beane ignored emotional bias and focused on data. You do the same with your personal finance decisions. Instead of panic selling during market dips or chasing trending stocks, you stick to index funds, diversified ETFs, or companies with real fundamentals. That's how you actually learn how to make money sustainably. Practically, you check your investments once a month, not daily. You make financial decisions when calm, never when tired or pressured. You write your financial rules down and follow them like policy. Because once you stop spending to feel better and start acting strategically, something shifts. And that shift leads to the next level, caring more about real progress than appearances. You stop trying to look rich and start focusing on becoming financially stable. Flashy cars and designer brands don't impress you anymore, strong net worth and cash flow do. That's mature personal finance. You understand that money habits built in silence create options later, and that's way more powerful than temporary applause. You track numbers that actually matter. Net worth, savings rate, investment growth, skill development. If your income grows 10% this year and your expenses stay flat, that gap becomes fuel. That's financial education in action. While others flex on social media, you're quietly compounding assets, and that's how you truly learn how to make money long term. Think about Succession. Behind the luxury, the real power was in ownership and control, not image. You get that? You'd rather own shares in companies like Apple or index funds tracking the S&P 500 than lease something to impress strangers. That's financial psychology at a higher level, valuing stability over spectacle. You set quarterly financial check-ins. You calculate your savings rate and aim for 20% or more. You build emergency funds covering 6 months of expenses. Quiet progress becomes addictive because you see the numbers move. And when you stop measuring yourself by appearances, you unlock something deeper, because the next shift is about taking full ownership of every result in your life. You stop blaming the economy, your boss, your parents, or bad luck. That shift alone rewires your financial psychology. When you own the outcome, you own the power to change it. That's where real personal finance begins, because once you accept responsibility, your money habits stop being reactions and start being decisions. You look at your numbers without excuses. If you're carrying $8,000 in credit card debt at 22% interest, you calculate it. Yes, that's over $1,700 a year just in interest. That sting isn't shame, it's data. Strong financial education teaches you to face reality fast so you can build a plan to eliminate debt, increase income, and actually learn how to make money intentionally. Think of Rocky. He didn't blame his circumstances, he trained harder. You do the same financially. You update your resume, learn a high-income skill like sales or coding, negotiate your salary, or start a small side hustle. Ownership means action. Action changes your personal finance trajectory. Practically, you conduct a monthly CEO meeting with yourself. You review income, expenses, investments, and goals. If something's off, you adjust. No drama. No excuses. Because once you accept full ownership, something powerful happens. You stop seeing money as a verdict on who you are. And that realization changes everything. You stop tying your self-worth to your bank balance. A bad month doesn't mean you're bad with money, it means your strategy needs adjusting. That's advanced financial psychology. Personal finance becomes a scoreboard, not a mirror, and that distinction protects your confidence while sharpening your money habits. When an investment drops 10%, you don't spiral, you analyze. Was it market-wide? Was your allocation too aggressive? Data over drama. That's real financial education. You treat wins and losses like performance feedback in a game you're learning to master, and that's how you steadily improve how to make money without burning out emotionally. Think about the pursuit of happiness. Setbacks didn't define the character, they refined him. You do the same. If a side business flops, you review pricing, marketing, and demand instead of labeling yourself a failure. That mindset shift alone can add years of resilience to your financial journey. You track metrics, not emotions. Income growth percentage. Investment return rates. Debt reduction speed. You adjust strategy every quarter based on numbers. Because when you separate identity from results, you free yourself to experiment and grow. And that freedom prepares you for something even more subtle, but even more powerful: how you speak and think about money every single day. You start realizing your internal dialogue shapes your external results. When you constantly say, "I'm bad with money," or "I'll never figure out how to make money," your brain looks for proof. That's not motivation talk, that's financial psychology. Your money habits are fueled by what you repeatedly tell yourself about personal finance. As Book of Proverbs 18 verse 21 teaches, life and death are in the power of the tongue. When you shift your language to "I'm learning financial education" or "I'm building disciplined habits," your behavior follows. Neuroscience backs this up. Repeated thoughts strengthen neural pathways, and strong pathways create consistent action. Think of the social network. The difference wasn't just coding skill, it was belief and relentless focus. You apply that same intensity to your personal finance journey. Instead of joking about being broke, you speak growth. Instead of glorifying struggle, you reinforce discipline and long-term thinking. Practically, you write down 3 financial affirmations and review them daily. You surround yourself with content about money mindset, strong money habits, and real financial education. You cut off negative money conversations that normalize scarcity. Because once you guard your words, you guard your actions, and that's where real transformation begins. Now think about where you started. You were tired of working hard and still feeling stuck, frustrated that personal finance felt confusing and inconsistent. You saw how your money habits were shaping your results, how your financial psychology was influencing every decision, and how small shifts in discipline could completely change your ability to make money and keep it. That awareness alone already separates you from the crowd. Now here's the move: don't just watch this and move on. Take action. Audit your spending this week. Set one long-term investment. Cut one emotional expense. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And subscribe now so you don't miss finance tips that can completely transform your relationship with money. This isn't entertainment, it's financial education that can reshape your future. And if you're serious about building a powerful money mindset, eliminating debt, creating passive income streams, and maintaining mental clarity under financial pressure, there's something built exactly for that. The Material Holistic Health, Nourish Your Mind, Balance Your Finances, Transform Your Life shows you step by step how to restructure your money habits, design income systems, and stay emotionally strong while growing your wealth. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment. Remember how overwhelming it felt at the beginning? Now you understand that wealth isn't luck, it's trained thinking. The question is simple: are you going to apply it, or go back to autopilot? Your future self is watching.